Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're totally demystifying the intense, multi-step process behind creating those viral free-fire gameplay videos. You know, if you've ever scrolled through your gaming feed and wondered just how some creators get that mind-blowing, hyper-crisp quality while racking up massive watch times, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're breaking down a highly specific blueprint from our source material to show you exactly how standard mobile gameplay is transformed into a magnetic, Ultra HD viral sensation.
Here's our blueprint for today. We'll cover the viral video challenge, capturing elite gameplay, the Ultra HD pipeline, perfecting the visuals, and finally, strategic SEO and launch.
Let's jump right into part 1, the viral video challenge. So why exactly is it so hard to get views on long free-fire videos these days? Our source material hits us with this critical question right off the bat. In an era completely dominated by quick, bite-sized entertainment, creators face a seriously tough uphill battle trying to convince an audience to sit down and watch a full-length gameplay montage. It really makes you wonder where creators' time is best spent, doesn't it?
It's the classic modern gaming dilemma. On one hand, you have short videos where it's super easy to pull in 10 to 20K views with pretty low effort. But long videos, you're going to struggle to even reach 2,000 to 5,000 views. They require a massive amount of effort and demand absolute, relentless viewer retention just to get noticed by the algorithm. You see, it isn't just about playing the game well anymore. It's about commanding total attention.
Which brings us to part 2, capturing elite gameplay.
To actually hook the viewer and lock in that retention, you can't just hit record and hope for the best. Creators are meticulously adjusting their in-game display and graphics settings before they even drop into a match. They're setting up the absolute best possible baseline. Then, once they're in, they're hunting for very specific, elite skill highlights via screen recording. We're talking extraordinary feats here, like landing back-to-back 2 or 4 consecutive headshots. They capture these intense, high-action clips to build this really dangerous, engaging montage foundation that flat-out refuses to let the viewer look away.
And to put that effort into perspective, get this. It can take a grueling 30 minutes of intense editing for just a single minute of final high-octane footage. 30 minutes for 1 minute. It's a staggering ratio of effort to output. But it's exactly this level of mastercraft that's required to convert casual, search-driven viewers into a loyal, long-term fanbase.
Next up, part 3, the Ultra HD pipeline.
What's really fascinating here is the macro post-processing workflow. It's broken down into 3 distinct, completely non-negotiable steps across 3 separate apps. You're not just slapping a basic filter on this footage, right? Step 1 is CapCut for your baseline 8K filters and color tweaks. Step 2 is the Wink app for AI quality restoration and 1080p upscaling. And Step 3 is the FECO app for those final structural sharpening tweaks. It's an incredibly layered and deliberate scientific formula.
Let's dive deeper into part 4, perfecting the visuals.
So in that first phase using CapCut, creators are stacking a very specific combination of filters to turn standard gameplay into a viral-ready format. First, they force the aspect ratio to a perfectly square 1:1. Then, boom, they drop an 8K filter on there at a strong intensity of 60. To balance out that crazy sharpness, they add a backlight fix at 10, a soft effect at 10 to kind of smooth out the pixel edges, and then they top the whole thing off with a clear 2 filter at an intensity of 40. This precise stacking completely alters the look of the standard game engine. You can honestly consider this your literal cheat sheet for CapCut adjustments. It's designed to push the visual clarity and color contrast to the absolute maximum. You bump the brightness up by just 5, lock in both contrast and saturation at 10, and then, this is the crazy part, you crank that sharpen value all the way up to a maximum of 100. This ensures every single edge and character outline is hyper-visible, making the gameplay feel unbelievably fast and intense.
Okay, so after exporting from CapCut, the footage goes straight into the Wink app phase. They use a tool called AI Repair. Basically, this uses artificial intelligence to automatically maximize quality restoration, forcefully fixing any lost pixel data from those heavy filters. It locks in that highly sought-after Ultra HD feel, while automatically upscaling the resolution to a super crisp 1080p.
Finally, we hit the FECO app for the finishing touches. This is all about heavy structural enhancements to make the in-game assets truly pop off the screen. By driving structure up to 70 and layering on yet another sharpen effect at 50, you're literally adding this 3D-like depth to the video. The environments and the character models stand out aggressively against the background. And let me tell you, that is a massive hook for viewer retention.
All right, bringing it home with Part 5, Strategic SEO and Launch. There's this fantastic quote from the source material that says, if you give 80% to video creation, give 100% to SEO. Do not compromise. I just love that insight because it proves a brutal truth. A beautiful, high-quality, Ultra HD edit is completely useless if the search algorithm literally can't find it. The creator treats this technical upload process with even more reverence than the creative process itself. Zero room for compromise here. The launch strategy here is incredibly calculated. You don't just upload casually. You use the YT Studio app specifically for its advanced features, keeping the video strictly unlisted during the upload process. Why? Because you need ample time to meticulously research and add your description, keywords, and hashtags without rushing. Finally, they target a highly specific window, like a Sunday 8 a.m. release, capitalizing on the exact moment when their core demographic actually has the free time and attention span to sit down and watch a longer montage. Now we have to talk about a really critical manual growth tactic called the initial boost. This is absolutely essential for getting a new channel off the ground. You definitely don't just hit publish and pray. Basically, the practice involves using multiple personal devices, like grabbing a couple of phones and a laptop, to manually search for your video's exact title and watch the new upload in its entirety. This sends an immediate, powerful signal to the algorithm that the video has high search relevance and perfect viewer retention right out of the gate.
When you put all of this together, the trajectory of success is just wild. By combining that high-retention gameplay, the Ultra HD editing pipeline, and this strategic boosting, it actually works. Just look at this timeline. From a manual initial boost in the first 30 minutes, you hit over 200 organic views in a day, snowballing into over 1,200 views and 12 highly loyal subscribers on a brand new channel in just 4 days. The system works.
So, after seeing all of this, my final question to you is, are you ready to trade easy, low-effort short views for the absolute mastercraft of high-retention, Ultra HD long-form content? Are you willing to put in that 30 minutes of meticulous editing for 1 minute of footage to build a loyal, long-term fanbase? We've seen the blueprint, from perfectly tweaking your graphics settings and landing those impossible headshots to stacking filters across 3 different apps, all the way to gaming the algorithm with perfect SEO. It's a ton of work, but the results, they speak for themselves. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this gave you a whole new perspective on the insane dedication behind those viral gaming videos.